So, yeah, still experiencing whatever this is. Every year, same time. Definitely something to process through there for sure. And I still see the freaking lean billboards everywhere. I should take pictures. But I'm always driving, so I usually can't take a picture because I'm always driving for the Raffi billboard. It's all the time, and I'm like, what? I already called. I don't know. I feel like I'm going crazy sometimes. So anyways, I still get to listen to your 3 videos. I'm just so behind on, so I love just checking out. I do. And what's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to say desensitizing from social media. Disconnecting. That's the word I'm looking for. Disconnecting from social media. It just feels so good. Social media, I was just completely disconnected this weekend. Because literally, the drive down there with Alicia was 3 hours, something like that. I don't know. It literally flew by. I think it was 2.5 or 3 hours there, and then 2.5, something like that back. So, literally though, the entire time, zip, zero, zilch service, none. So, it's so nice to just completely disconnect, but then what happens is when you're connected, you get a little bit at a time, right? You get a text message or 2, and then you respond, and then a text message or 2, and then you respond, and, a Marco Polo, and then you get to watch, and then a Marco Polo, and you get to respond and watch, and, a Facebook notification, and I don't really spend that much time on there, but I've been spending more because I'm in that buy nothing group, and I've been more active on there, especially because of what I told you about that I didn't share the picture yet. I literally put so much shit out that day, so much stuff in between my house and my neighbor's house. It's ridiculous. So I also know I can't park in my garage, but I'm still seeing the garage billboards because my garage, when I went to raise it up, so I think I told you I kept seeing the garage billboards, and maybe that's going to be one of the things I'm going to need to replace before I sell the house. I don't know, who knows, we'll see. But so the garage door billboards, so I went to raise it. I was like, what am I supposed to know? Oh, maybe I'm just supposed to have somebody come service it. Okay, I can do that. Just give it general maintenance. I can totally do that. So I went to raise it up the other day, and it got stuck, and then went back down, and then went up. But I was like, oh yeah, okay, I get it. Don't park my car in the garage, because if I park my car in the garage and it gets stuck going up and doesn't go up, then I guess you just raise it up manually, which is possible, right? But I'd have to figure out how to do that. So it was really nice to be disconnected this weekend, but I have so much to catch up on, and I realize I still haven't even finished watching the Presby videos from Hallie from your wedding weekend, which was now a month ago. So really behind there. But so much fun camping this weekend. Just so much fun, being out in the middle of nature. I really do feel most connected spiritually to myself when I spend time, although I'm scratching my arm. So the armpit thing does get worse at night. I will say that the itching, right now, it's bothering me, and I'm scratching under my armpit, and I have little bumps, and I don't know what the message is yet for that one. Other than the don't put anything on me or in me, which I need to tell you all about that one too. If you end up seeing me participate in a naked event, the things that Duke talked about, don't be surprised, because that was my first synchronicity, was him and his obsession with having me participate in a naked walk or event, and I think I needed that obsession for it to click, because then the second synchronicity was learning that in whatever state, the Northwest somewhere, Northeast, sorry, you can't remember which state it is. You can, and I would Google it, but I'm driving, right? You can leave the house naked and it's legal, but if you walk out of the house clothed and then disrobe, then it's illegal. So all these just rules are just stupid. Like, let's just do what we want. If we want to wear clothes, let's wear clothes. If you don't want to wear clothes, like, don't wear clothes. Like, if you feel like you want to wear them, cool. If you don't feel like you want to wear them, don't wear them. Like, why the fuck are we forced? Like, literally, when you think about, like, governmental control, it's just insane. Like, I know. I really do believe in, I guess, like, human sovereignty. Like, everybody just do what you want, and just do what you want. Like, and then people are like, well, what about consequences? I don't believe there should be. Like, there needs to be consequences. Like, there isn't. Like, so, anyways, I'm so sidetracked right now. What I want to tell you is the whole, and I'm just going to assume that you're going to be okay with me giving you the information for part of the show, because I feel like you're just going to be okay with that. But I'm just going to preface it here right now, that if you don't want me to ruin the part of the show for you, that is a pretty integral part of the show, the manifest show, then don't keep listening to this part of the video. And then, I don't know, fast forward it and see if I'm still talking about the show, and hopefully it doesn't ruin anything for you. Or I have a feeling you're not going to care about it anyways. But it is a pretty, like, holy shit! Like, you kind of see it coming, and then when it happens, you're like, oh my god. So, this girl's hearing voices. Like, hearing her voice. Like, she hears herself, just like me. Whether you want to call it your higher self, I kind of like calling it your true self. Like, I think that's what I want to call it, is like my true self, because it's like the one that speaks my truth, right? The don't put anything on me or in me. The fucking jump one, which I still don't know what that one's about. Like, literally, I felt like it was telling me to jump off the bridge, which she does in the OA, as you know. And I used to be weird when I was a kid, and I used to be like, what if I jumped off? Oh, fuck, no, I'm going to San Francisco. No jumping off. Oh, no, universe, I don't think I'm okay with that. Okay, anyways, fine, universe, I surrender, I give up. But I do know that we are stopping in San Fran on the way back. And I used to experience odd thoughts as a child. We're not going to say it's odd, because it's totally normal, right? I shouldn't be judging myself so harshly. As a kid, I used to literally think, like, so I went to San Francisco with my parents. I don't remember how old I was. I'd have to ask my mom. And I literally used to be like, what if I just jumped off the bridge? Like, what would happen? What if I just jumped off? What if I just jumped off right now? And, I'm sure they have it, like, you know, like, protected kind of somehow so that people can't, again, the whole control thing. So, I also used to think on an airplane, that was one thought that I used to have a lot recurring. And I did actually tell my mom about this one time, and she was like, that's not that weird. She's like, I've had thoughts like that. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. So I actually do remember opening up to her once and telling her that one, and then this one that I'm going to tell you. I also used to think, like, what if I'm on the plane? What if I just, like, open the emergency door? Like, would we all just go flying out? What would happen? Would we all just get sucked out? Phew! Bless me. So, do you ever get, like, weird nervy stuff, like, when you sneeze? Like, I don't know, I do. That one was, like, down my arms. Hell, the other way. Phew! So anyways, back to the show. So she hears her voice, and it says, set them free, set them free, set them free, like over and over. And it's these 2 German Shepherd dogs, and they're behind a locked fence. So she ignores it. She goes home. She wakes up middle of the night, like super strong, set them free, set them free. She goes back to the location where the dogs are, and the number on the gate is 828, which I did notice in the background, which is their flight number, is 828. That was the flight that they're on at the start of the show, which I'll let you watch that part and not totally ruin it either for you, even though I'm, giving away this part, but you also could pause this or fast forward it so you don't have to listen to it. So, I should just say that on occasion, like, hey, I'm still talking about the show, so don't listen if you don't want to know. So, she goes to sleep. She wakes up middle of the night, same thing. She goes to the gate. It says 828. So then all of a sudden her brother Ben pulls up, and he was on the original flight with her, and she was like, what are you doing here? And he was like, getting a message to set them free. So he cuts open the gate with bolt cutters, and he goes, this is a felony, right? And apparently she's a police officer. She goes, yeah, I'm a police officer. I know this is a felony. So, he cuts open the gate. The dogs that are barking literally just look at them and just go away. They're like, well, that was weird. So they go back home. So then the dogs are found. They're brought into, the, animal control. And, she is caught on somebody's cell phone camera watching her set the dogs free, and because of her role as a police officer, it's that much more, right? Like a no-no. So I thought I had napkins in here to blow my nose, and now I can't find them. I think I have wipes over there, but I didn't want to reach that far. But my nose is totally I swear I thought I had napkins in here, because I'm reaching in this side of my door, oh, they're there, because usually I have stuff like that, I don't know, for times like this when you need them, come in handy. I also have a huge astrology folder, which I don't know why I still keep, because I never go back and read this stuff. I read it my homework, usually the morning of my astrology appointment, which is really pointless, right? And I'm like, oh, that'll make so much sense that all just happened. I don't know why I do that, because I don't really, sometimes I'll try to read it ahead of time, and then I'm like, I don't understand all this stuff. But usually it does end up, being, true. So she goes with this other detective to go return the dogs, and she's supposed to go in and apologize, and she's like, I can't do it, I'm staying here. So she waits outside while he goes to return the dogs to this guy, and she hears it again, set them free, set them free. So she goes onto this guy's property and starts stooping around and following the voice, and just, I don't know if she's following the voice or just searching, and she comes across the 2 dogs, and there's guarding this door with a padlock on it, and she hears, set them free, set them free. So she takes a crowbar and she starts smacking the lock with it, hitting it, and the guy comes out. So the detective's there, and he's like, what are you doing, Michaela? And the guy comes out and comes up behind him, and he's yelling, and then Michaela's like, watch out, to the detective, and the detective, because the other guy's getting ready to hit the detective over the head or do something, so detective ducks and takes the guy down, and she's hitting open the lock, and she opens the door, and there are these 2 young girls in there that were abducted from their backyard or front yard or backyard, I don't know. So she just finds these 2 young girls, and she's hugging them, and she's like, it's okay, it's all over, blah blah blah, you're safe. So Danielle, I start thinking back to things that have caught my attention. with the whole sex trafficking thing. So I don't remember how long ago this was. I'm pretty sure it was after Dave and I broke up. You know those electric billboards that we were talking about, electronic billboards, same thing, that we were talking about, the ones on the highway with the message on them? For so long I kept seeing these ones that were like, if you witness sex trafficking, call blah 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 blah. If you witness sex trafficking, call blah blah blah. If you see sex trafficking, call blah blah blah. I'm like, why is it giving you the number on the highway? Like, how the hell are you going to remember the number when you're on the highway? It's like, are you encouraging me to be on my phone while driving, which is illegal? So, like, how am I supposed to take down the number when I'm driving, right? So I just remember thinking, like, that's a really stupid place, but obviously it's a good place to get out the message. So then, remember the whole message to go to my local church. So, did divorce care. Of course, it had to be at this Sun Valley Community Church. Like, it had to be at that one, right? So that I could receive this next message. So I go through the whole divorce care thing. By the end of it, I'm like, this is just stupid. I feel like this is not helpful. Like, all these people still have all these hang-ups that I don't have. And then the lady's trying to get me to take it a second time. And I'm like, I almost did, and then, you know, something would come up instead. So, that was when I was going through, like, the crazy intense rash. So, so I was like, fine, I will listen to you, and I will just go, you know, check out the local community church. And that was the message that I got when I was at, the coffee bar. Remember, at Mystical Coffee, and the guy with his name being Brian, and then talking to the barista, and then the barista, I don't know, is that what you call a male coffee person, whatever you call them, and he was like, well, this month's been a whirlwind, but maybe in January, and I was like, whirlwind? And then he was talking about getting involved in your local church, you know, like doing a fundraiser kind of a thing. And then my phone, like, alarm started going off, and it was 11:11, and it was just like one thing after another, after another, after another. And I was like, holy shit. And I was like, okay, fine. I will go to a service at my local church. And then that was the very first one that I went to. And that was the whole thing with the Beauty from Ashes, this healing sanctuary that they were building out in the middle of somewhere undisclosed that is working with women to help them heal after sex trafficking, right? Okay, so there's that synchronicity. So then, this one I still don't know, but I'm just going to wait for it to come. Obviously, because that's all this is just waiting for stuff to happen and the universe to unfold and guide me, and I feel like it's all starting to link together, but I don't feel like there's been any definite, like, ending to any of this stuff yet. Like, I feel like it's all, like, putting the puzzle pieces in. So, like, the puzzle pieces are, you know, like, when you line up, okay, these are edge pieces, okay, these ones look similar, like, this is how I do a puzzle. I do, like, I'll find an edge piece, and I'll, like, you know, I always start with the edges, and then I find ones that look like they're the same color, you know, like, they would go to this part, and I group them together, and then I group, you know, this one together, and this one together. So, I'm done ruining the show. I hope you already knew that. I don't know. I already ruined it. I didn't ruin it. I already told you about the part of the show. So, there's still other really, really, really good parts. So, there was one night, I think it was like in January, I don't know, because I told Julia about it, because it was the first time it ever, so it's probably in my text messages if I went back and looked, but I can't do it while I'm on the video, and I don't want to stop this. So, I went back and I woke up in the middle of the night. So I woke up, like, I just saw this name. I think I told you about this. And it was Greg Hook. Greg space Hooke. Okay. So that was the first time where I told Julia, I was like, Julia, like, I saw this person's name. I told Julia and Francis, it was a group text. I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? And they're like, just, you know, just acknowledge the name, and who knows, like, that could be meant for you. It might not even be meant for you. Like, it might, I was like, am I supposed to do something with this name? Like, I've never, you know, like, had this happen. And I'm like, you know, they're like, no, just, you know, just wait. Like, basically, you'll be told if you're supposed to do or something with it. I was like, okay. So then, like, I was thinking about the show, about how Michaela has her brother Ben to do this because they're both hearing these voices. I was like, how cool would that be to do something like that? So the next but have a partner, right? Like, I would love to do something like that and have a partner to do it with. And that's kind of like a first responder kind of a thing, because you're the first one on site to help somebody with trauma, right? And help put stuff together. And I've always thought it was really cool the way bloodhounds can, like, sniff out people and find people. Or, like, you hear about mediums that, like, get clues and then they help lead people to, like, kidnapped people or whatever. So anyways, so the Greg Hook thing, still don't know what that one's about. That one's, like, banked in my knowledge. And then I was at Circle K one day, and they have those videos that play while you're getting gas. I'm like, why? I don't want to watch a video. I'm like, I don't need to watch TV while I'm getting gas, folks. Like, I can disconnect from the TV. I don't need to be watching TV right now. So, I was watching it, and a missing person came on, and it was a female. And I just looked at it like, okay, I see it. I don't know the name. I couldn't tell you what she looked like. Couldn't tell you anything about, like, the person on the screen. Because then I even thought about it after. I was like, oh my god, like, what if I'm supposed to do something about that? What if I'm supposed to, like, I don't know, help locate that girl or something? Like, I don't know. So then I was, like, freaking out. And then I'm like, again, this is before I'm still trying to learn about this whole synchronicity thing. Like, basically just sit back and wait for it to unfold, but listen to your true self and do as it says. Except for when it, you know, it's okay, just jump, you'll be fine, just jump on, you know, the side of the Grand Canyon and the Hoover Dam. And I still don't understand what that one's about. Because I did almost jump, and that was like a no. But at some point, I think it's going to tell me that, and I think I'm going to just have to jump. And just trust that I'm going to be just fine. That's going to be interesting how it's going to work out. So, okay, so then there was that female. So then I was like, okay. So, like, literally, I told you all about, I don't know if I ever posted this video, about the OA and how much it ended up being, like, basically my life. Just so many things about it. I'm not going to recap it, but I know I told you about it in a video. I just can't remember if I posted that one to YouTube. And then the whole thing with Age of Adeline, and that one being, I mean, we did talk about that one. That would be interesting. And how much Age of Adeline is my life. And I was like, what if I stop aging? Well, she stops aging due to an NDE. And then I'm totally going to ruin the movie Age of Adeline for you here in just a minute. And you said you can't. Damn it, I don't want to ruin all these movies for you. Oh my god. I almost feel like I should just leave this video and then upload it to YouTube and then delete it from here so I'm not ruining all these movies for you, because I am about ready to ruin another movie for you, like another thing for you. Okay. I'm just gonna say it. You do not have to, like, listen to me right now if you don't want to have, like, the movie plot, like, given away. So first of all, the boy that she meets is totally what I envisioned Brian to look like, with the scruff and the kind brown eyes and the shorter brown hair, which I originally did put in my journal like more of like a bowl cut. I don't know how else to describe it, but basically like the guy in Age of Adeline, that's how I picture Brian's hair. So anyways, she stops aging. She's supposed to get married, or this guy was going to propose to her. She sees that he's going to propose to her, so she runs off because she realizes she's not aging and she can't follow through with it because, whatever. So, she later on meets this other guy that looks like what I envisioned Brian to look like. His name's not Brian. I don't actually remember what his name is. And who knows, Brian's name may or may not be Brian anyways. Brian might just be another synchronicity to lead me to Brian. To my future partner. So, my partner. I gotta stop saying future. My partner. I mean, time doesn't exist, so stop judging the words that I say. So then she is in a serious relationship with him, and he's like, getting serious about her, and she goes to his house, and she walks in, and it's Harrison Ford, and it turns out Harrison Ford is the dad to this guy, but Harrison Ford was the guy who almost proposed to her. So he recognizes her and is like, oh my God, you look like this woman Adeline, and blah, blah, blah. She goes, oh, that's my mother. Like, she just makes it up, right? So anyways, she ends up experiencing a second NDE, and that basically restarts time and restarts her aging process. But she doesn't know right away until she goes and looks in the mirror and sees the gray hair, and she's like, oh. So anyways, that would be very interesting if I did stop aging. I really need to blow my nose. I should have done it at the light, but I was too busy talking. So that would be really interesting if I did stop aging, and then like one day in the very far whatever it is, like I do get a message to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge, and I do it, and then that's my second NDE, and then I restart my aging process. I don't know, just making stuff up. Might as well just have fun with it at this point. So anyways, we know the similarities and synchronicities with the OA in my life, with Age of Adeline in my life, at least with her experiencing an NDE and being with this guy who I totally envision what my partner looks like. So, I feel like the show, Manifest, is definitely telling me, hey, watch this. This is your life. And now I'm going to be like, okay, cool, I get it. I can do that. Alright, I'm listening. I totally binge watch the OA, which I never do. And then the whole synchronicities with the dreams, and the dreams, in the OA, and all that stuff. And, what else I was going to say? Oh, The Langoliers. Did you ever watch that movie when you were a kid? So it came out, I looked it up, it came out in 1995. It is a Stephen King. It's not a movie. It's like a mini-series. I think it's a TV show, but it was like a mini-series kind of a thing. I used to fucking love that. I'm just going to call it a movie. I used to fucking love that movie. Oh my God, I loved it so much. So, it came out in 95, so I was 11 when it first came out. I don't know if I watched it right away, but I remember watching it so many times. And I think it was on 26, USA maybe. And, I know I watched it once with my dad, and then I know I've watched it on my own, and it's kind of a similar thing where there's all these people on the flight, and it's something to do with a flight to Boston, or I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to rewatch the movie, but now I want to rewatch the movie for sure. So they're on the flight, and there's this turbulence, and then all of a sudden half the people are just gone, and then I don't remember what else happens. Basically, another time warp kind of a thing. So now I'm seeing the synchronicity with that, with the plane in Manifest, and you'll see what happens there. I probably already gave it away. So, then what I was telling you about with the whole sex trafficking thing is just, okay, here comes again for the show, is the similarity of her finding those 2 girls that were abducted. So kind of the same thing where I'm like, that would be really cool if I could help law enforcement with locating, you know, like, people and helping save people, or like, I don't know, helping them be rescued from sex trafficking. I don't know. That would be really cool too, universe. I like that idea. Oh, crap. Light. I'm gonna blow my nose. I'm so sorry. Okay. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'm trying to think if there's anything else with the synchronicities that I wanted to share before I go on to the next one. So this is going to be awkward because I'm going to talk about the person. No idea who this person is, but remember the person that I told you about that said, like, hey, I hope you drop I was really hoping you dropped the phone, which is funny because I wonder if I uploaded that video with the comment that he made about, like, I hope you dropped the phone. I was really hoping you would drop the phone when I was, like, naked. I mean, I'd rather just walk around naked anyways. As we said, like, me personally, I feel like clothes make us shameful of our bodies instead of just being like, our bodies are gorgeous the way we are. If we want to wear clothes, cool. If we don't want to wear clothes, cool. It should be my fucking decision. Not somebody else's. It's my body. It should be my decision what I want to put on my body. If I want to wear clothes or not. Sometimes I might want to get dressed up and wear the cute shorts that I have on right now, and the cute cowgirl boots, and the cute shirt that I have on, because I went to the country swing lessons tonight. You know, sometimes I might want to wear, like, cowgirlish stuff, and sometimes I might want to just be naked. And that should be totally fine. Just like some days I want to wear makeup, which is a very rare occasion anymore. And most of the time I don't want to wear makeup. Well, it's my face. It's my choice whether or not to wear makeup. Like, what if they said, hey, everybody, men, you have to start wearing makeup. How the fuck would y'all feel about that one, men? Bam. Men, like, I know, I'm gender stereotyping. Ooh, lightning. Gender stereotyping right now. Men, it is now a law that you have to wear makeup. It was a law that we had to wear masks. It's a law that we have to wear clothes. It's a law that we have to stop for red lights. I get, yeah, anyways. Yeah, what if they said, starting tomorrow, there is a federal mandate that every man must wear makeup? Because women can't walk around topless, but men can walk around topless. So then I'm like, I'm going totally ADD here. Okay, the synchronicities with the whole being naked thing. Duke and the whole naked events, the whole northeast thing. And then my third synchronicity was on my camping trip this weekend. Jasper was like, Rachel's daughter is, she was like, telling me about this book that she's reading called My One Night Stand with Cancer. It's really cute. It's got a little cupcake on it. And she ran some marathon. Okay, so she had a double mastectomy. Then she ran some marathon, like, shirtless. I was like, where was this at then? Like, and they, like, totally shirtless, and she was allowed to do it. She was like, yeah. She was like, I think it was here in Arizona. And I was like, for real? Like, what? She didn't get arrested? What? That's so cool. And I was like, alright, universe, you've been telling me not to put clothes on. Fine. The next thing that I see about being naked, fine. I will just do it, and I will go do it naked. Like, fine. I release. So, and I am wearing my contacts right now. I've got both of them in. I don't know, I just felt like wearing them tonight. So, there's that. And then I was like, well, so then I kind of want to do it with, like, I don't know, have somebody record me to, like, help me get my message across as I'm doing it. Like, I don't know, maybe Richard and I do that when I'm in San Francisco, and maybe I participate in one of those events, and maybe he records me, and maybe we both do it naked, and you know what? Then we post it to YouTube, and be like, YouTube, why the fuck is it okay for his nipples to be exposed, but not mine? Which is funny, because he actually has bigger boobs than me. So, what the fuck? So, totally just driving so that I can do this. This is like my favorite thing to do, is leave you videos and just drive and ramble on and on and on. So anyways, I told you that somebody, like, people have started finding my videos. Like, they are starting to have watches on them. Maybe I should make them this long, because maybe not everybody wants to hear me ramble on for this long. Especially when I keep wiping my nose. Sorry, now, everybody who's watching this. Because it's not just you anymore, Danielle. I really need to blow my nose, like, really, really bad. Okay, red light, please, so I can just stop and blow my nose and stop wiping and actually talk and not have it running. We all blow our nose. I should not be fucking embarrassed about blowing my nose. We all fucking blow our nose. Why do I feel shame, like, shame trigger about blowing my nose? Why? We literally all have snot, like, for real. Like, obviously somewhere in my life, somebody shamed me. Like, I felt shame for blowing my nose, and it has carried over into adulthood. Like, it doesn't bother me when other people blow their nose. I could care less. Like, do it. Go for it. It doesn't bother me. But, so why am I so judgmental about myself with it? So, the one guy who called me, I'm assuming it's a guy. That's a good question. I don't actually know. It literally could be anyone. Male, female, I don't know. Aren't there like 20 million different labels of genders now? No, I want there to be a red light long enough to be able to blow my nose. Alright. Hang on, I'm just gonna be silent for a minute. Oh, yeah, there's a light. Hang on. And I am actually saying hang on this time, right? ADD moment totally brings me back to Presby House. I used to experience so much better, sinus infection, like, every spring. And where's my trash at? And I remember blowing my nose in Presby House in the second story bathroom with, it must have just been toilet paper, and literally just blowing, and it felt like I was blowing my brains out, because I just had so much snot that just would keep on coming. But again, like, Eastern culture looks at releasing, like, that kind of stuff, and Native Americans, I believe, as well, look at that stuff as, like, a good thing. Like, when I do my healing session with my Tai Chi master, if I, like, am crying or sneezing or coughing, or she's always like, yes, that's great, let it out, like, let it go. So it's always a good thing. So, like, why do we as Americans look at it as, like, a bad thing, right? Like, maybe I'm just releasing something right now. So anyways, there's really cool lightning in front of me. Really, 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 really cool. It looks so neat. So, the person commenting, I will just say that, because I'm assuming they're a person. Who knows? Maybe they're not. Maybe they're an alien. Maybe they're a Pleiadian. Maybe they're I don't know, there's some, like, lizards or something. Maybe they're a fairy. Maybe they're a troll. Whatever, commenting on my videos that I know nothing about who this is, like, actually, like, I know, it's so weird talking about this, because now they're gonna watch this. Maybe they won't watch this far into the video, and again, I shouldn't be embarrassed about this, because it's really cool, but they must have subscribed to my channel, because they commented on a video of mine, and it was really cool, because, like, I was talking about dreams, and they sent me a song about being a dreamer, And it's like this really like pretty like old school, like I don't know, really classical song. And I don't know, I should look up what year it is, but I feel like it's like 20s or 30s or something, right? And so I commented back, you know, like, thank you, and they wished me happy birthday, and I was like, oh, thank you so much, because I'm guessing YouTube, like, or I don't know, maybe in one of my videos I talked about it being my birthday, or maybe YouTube announces that it's my birthday, who knows. But so they also wished me happy birthday, so I was like, oh, thank you. And I was like, oh, you should watch my most recent video about my emotional releases about Manifest this morning. And they go, I already did. I had a few moments before heading into work, and I was like, oh, cool. And I'm like, so wait, they already watched my videos? Like, I just posted them. I was like, oh, so they must be like subscribing to my channel, and it alerts them when I post a video, and this person is actually interested enough in what I have to say that they are watching my videos. And this is really fucking cool, because this is a random, I'm just gonna say person, even though I don't know, you know, this is a random person watching my videos. Like, there's no picture of this person. Their pictures are like, I think they're like, scenery photos, you know, like, what's the word I'm thinking? Yeah, like scenery photography kind of stuff. And it's funnily enough something to do with like something to do with flame. I can't remember. I did screenshot it and I was gonna share it with you, and I didn't. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't remember your like YouTube name right now, because mine's just like, you know, my name, like Jennifer Larson, Jenny Larson. Theirs is something to do with like flaming, something to do with the number 5. Well, I left the whole video about walking through fire thing, right? So how cool is it that the first person to start commenting on my videos and subscribing has like to do with flame in their YouTube handle name? I don't know, subscriber, whatever. So I'm so incredibly happy that these videos are actually starting to be watched, and like some of the stuff that I'm saying is actually starting to be out there. And there's a Raffy one, like literally out here in the middle of, I'm so far away from, like, I'm not that far, but I'm pretty far away from home right now. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that billboard, other than I just keep seeing it all the time, and I'm just gonna trust that I know what it is when the time comes. Because I don't have to do anything, things just happen. And obviously, if the universe wanted me to get a message about that, they know how to get me a message. Like, my true self knows how to talk to myself. So, I think that's all I was going to say. It's just, I'm so excited that people are finding my videos. There are actually views starting on my videos. Maybe I don't ever, like, write a book or anything like that. Maybe it's just all about, like, my YouTube content, and this is, like, my own version of a podcast. Because basically that's what I've been doing the whole time, right? Is, like, a podcast, but I'm just doing it with myself, because you're not there to respond back to me until you leave the reactions or leave your video, right? So, in reality, it really is just me talking to myself, like, this whole time. But that's cool, because, actually, you know, talking to yourself is fun, which is really funny, because it really is just, like, us talking to ourselves and rambling on to ourselves. I do like to talk to myself, right? So, anywho, I think that's all I was going to say about that. I'm just super excited that the person who commented about, like, I was really hoping you would drop the phone, I don't know if that's how they found my channel to begin with, was that one, and then they just happened to watch other stuff. I don't know, but it's really cool. And then it was really funny because of the video that I said about the whole plane thing, and I don't understand what's going to happen, and I was like, I don't know, there may be something to do with Indiana and Arizona, I don't know. And he goes, she, whatever, the person goes, oh, I live in Indiana, I'll be sure not to fly to Arizona anytime soon. Like, with the little, like, emoji. I was like, that's too funny. And it was the one about synchronicities, and I didn't even say anything about, like, it involving a plane crash or anything, you know, on it, but, because I also, like, don't want to freak people out, right? Like, that's not, right? Like, the whole I don't want people to live in fear thing. So, but I'm saying stuff like this with, like, the dream with, like, the ship sinking. And so then I saw a notification. Maybe that's all. Maybe I'm just supposed to be paying attention to a ship. I don't know. So then I saw a notification on my phone from Lookout, the, like, security thing. I don't know. I've just always had it on my phone. I don't even know why I have it on there. And it said something about, like, Carnival Cruise Line, blah, blah, blah. There was a breach in customer information. I was like, why is it telling me? Like, I don't even think I have, like, a Carnival Cruise Line, like, account or anything, but okay. And I was like, wait, so the ship sinking, and then Carnival Cruise Line, and then I was like, I don't know, and I looked to see, like, what time it was set, and it was set at 7, and then I, like, Googled it, and it said something about a 7-day cruise from Alaska to Seattle. And I don't know if you remember that I told you, but I've been seeing, so I only saw 2 Alaska. Oh, no. So the first synchronicity with Alaska was the journal. My mom found my journal from when I was, like, 11. That was when I also, about the whole Langoliers thing. No, that was in 92, I think. So, 6, 7, 8. So I was 8, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the journal. But it was a journal of when I went to Alaska, about my trip to Denali National Park and my trip to Alaska. So that was the first synchronicity. And then I saw 2 Alaskan license plates, right? So maybe I am supposed to book this cruise, because I do tell the universe that the 4th synchronicity will be the thing that I do, right? So maybe I'm supposed to book this certain cruise. So it's not until, like, May of, like, 2023, but I mean, okay. It's like $6.99 a person, but I'm like, okay, so do I buy a cabin for 2 people and pay for 2 people? Am I, like, bringing the kids? The universe, you're gonna have to give me more signs if this is cruise I'm taking, because do I just buy it for 1 person and just assume I go and I just go by myself? Like, what? But I think it's $6.99 a person, but it's based off of double cabin occupancy. So it's almost like you have to buy, like, the second, like, occupancy in order to be able to buy the cruise. I don't know. I'd have to look into it more. But anyways, it's from Alaska to Seattle, and there have been a couple signs for Seattle as well. Like, my parents just went on a trip to Seattle, and then I walked by this Seattle coffee shop, and I thought it was just the whole Washington thing because of me going to Spokane to go see Sierra. But I was like, I don't know. So maybe it's just telling me to go take a cruise. The whole carnival thing. Me take a cruise from Alaska to Seattle. Okay, cool. So, I mean, if I'm meant to sign up for that cruise, it'll pop up again, right? And I actually don't have, it's like $700 a person, and if I have to do it for double occupancy, I actually do not currently have that in the bank. So, universe, like, it'll come up when I, like, am supposed to do it, and I'll have the money to be able to do it. Hey, I just drove by my old apartments without even realizing it. The ones that I lived in when I was in grad school. That's cool. So, I took my kids by there, like, not too long ago. It was fun to show them where I used to live. I wish I could go in and show them, like, where I used to live, but I know that's frowned upon, and, like, knock on somebody's door and be like, hey, can I give my kids a tour, like, to show them where I used to live? But again, why? Because I think that'd be really fun. If somebody came up to me and asked, I'd be like, sure. Okay, this was, like, a very, very, very long video. We're just gonna say that it was one insanely long video to make up for the time that I was gone, because I couldn't leave you, like, little video after a little video after a little video, and I think that's everything that I needed to ramble off. I do still have stuff on my scratch pad, and I do still have, like, should I go or should I stop? But now it'll be really funny to see if that person actually watches this video and then comments and is like, hey, you were talking about me in that video. Yes, I am. I am talking about you in that video. Because then we ended up commenting back and forth on YouTube to each other. But that means, Danielle, that more people are going to start watching these videos, and more people are going to start, like, I don't know, hearing this, because obviously the stuff that I have to say is important, and somehow it's all going to end up out there, and all these videos that we've known that I've been leaving this whole time are, like, it's all happening. It's all, like, I know that they're so important, and I can only imagine, and I'm so excited to see, like, the grand scheme of how big all these messages are going to be. And I'm just going to keep dreaming of my career and what I want it to look like, because maybe that's what's going on, is I'm manifesting my career into existence. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just letting shit go, and then as I'm receiving signs, I'm doing it, and that's how I get led to my whole career, right? Because I have no control over this shit, obviously. I don't know. Maybe I do. I do have free will, right? So, the realtor, Jen, came and looked at my house. There are lots of things, but she said what they can do, I guess she works with the big companies like OfferPad and Zillow, and then they're basically investment companies, and then they buy it, they do whatever things need to be done, and then, so they basically flip it and then put it up for sale, and they make the money on it, because I don't really have the time or money or effort to put in to remodel my house to sell it. It's just not where my desire of how I'm losing my voice, of where I want to spend my time and energy are at. So, she said that I should have an offer on Wednesday. I'm like, oh, okay, so I have an offer on Wednesday. Like, what does that mean? Like, how quick is this turnaround going to be, Danielle? Like, how quickly am I moving? And I know this is just me being curious, because it'll all work out, and I end up exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I end up with my pearl blue bikini pearl blue Jeep Rubicon, and maybe an Airstream, and maybe that's when my traveling starts. Like, maybe I skip the apartment and go straight there. I don't know. But I'm just gonna keep purging stuff in the house, because my therapist was like, well, that's a job. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're right, it is. Like, literally, like, decluttering your house and getting ready to move is like a full-time job. Like, it takes so much time and effort to do, and it's just me and the kids. Like, I don't have, well, I mean, Dave has them for part of the time, which, is why sometimes I'm able to do some of this stuff. But it is a lot of work, right? And so getting it ready for, like, just trying to get rid of things. God, seriously, lights, why do you keep doing that? This one I'm going through, this one I'm not stopping for. It keeps being, like, yellow, like, right when you're like, should I stop, should I go, should I stop, should I go? So, I don't know, I just am getting to this point where I'm starting to really lack attachment to materialistic things. I do still have attachments to certain things, like Cuddles, the bunny rabbit that I got when I was 3, that I gave to Callie, and then, like, I like my clothes. I do. Okay, so that's a good point. I do like clothes. Like, I do like to wear them sometimes. Like, it's kind of fun. Just, like, makeup can be, like, artwork, like, artistic expression for some people. What else? Basically, like, it should bring us joy. My outfit currently brings me joy. So, oh, yeah, I didn't wear a bralette. I think that was, like, an ADD moment that I meant to say forever ago. So, because I'm trying to get used to the whole being naked thing, and slowly working my way there with the comfort thing. So, just basically going braless now. Which I started doing on Sunday. And I'll have an offer on Wednesday. That's where I'm just going to say, okay, universe, like, do I take it? I guess I can ask my pendulum. I just, like, if I sell it, you know, like, where do I go? But again, I know it'll be there for me when I need to be there. But things are definitely happening, and I am very excited. That's what else I was going to say. I didn't break down and ask my parents. I did ask my parents for help financially. Again, I got to the point where I was like, universe, seriously, I'm tired of this. I don't want to rely on my parents. Like, I'm done. I'm now 37. I want to prove that I can financially support myself and the kids. And I am financially abundant because I don't have Dave squandering the money on drugs and whatever else, right? But I also don't want this house, and I don't want to do the fixer-upper things. I want to live somewhere where it's already done, and I don't have to do it. Like, I don't want that stuff on my plate right now. So, but my mortgage, I told you, bounced, and I didn't have money to pay my kid's teacher. And my check to the IRS bounced, but they got my almost $3,600 tax return. So that should make them happy for a while, right? So I did decide to be a responsible adult. I called my parents. I asked them not to help me with money, like just to give it to me, but I said, this one I would like to request as a loan. And I said it'll be like $1,700 if I need to pay for like tuition and mortgage, or $2,100 if I need to also pay the IRS, because last month and this month both bounced, but everything works out the way it's supposed to, right? So I call the IRS like a responsible grown-up. I call my, hey, there's a Jeep Grand Cherokee in front of me. I'm still getting to see them. That's cool. Because I told you I was kind of a lull where I wasn't seeing them for a while, and now I'm starting to see them again. White Jeep Grand Cherokee. I think I already said white. So I called my rep, and she goes, I actually don't have your case anymore, but hang on, let me look. So she looks it up. She's like yawning like the whole time. I felt bad. I'm like, oh girl, you're tired today. So she looks it up, and she goes, you're in a non-pay status. She was like, yeah, they have you in a non-pay status for 2 years. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So, like, I was supposed to receive a letter. I don't recall ever receiving a letter. I don't know. I mean, I do have some mail that I haven't opened yet, so maybe it's in there, but I thought I'd been opening the stuff from the IRS. But apparently I'm in non-pay status, and I'm guessing it has to do with COVID, because they did hear something about something with tax liens being put on, like, hold for right now. So I'm in a non-pay status for 2 years. I'm so excited. But, so I told her about the house, that I'm getting ready to sell it. She said, well, there's a lien on your home, and I was like, okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. So there's a lien on my home, so that basically I can't sell it without them getting paid. Like, they have to get paid. Okay, cool. That's fine. That makes sense. So now she gave me this 1-800 number to call, that I need to call and find out what is the payoff amount under my SOCH, what is the payoff amount under Dave's SOCH. I know the grand total, and then I'll tell my realtor. And then there's some form to fill out, and then they get their money with the sale of the house. I'm so excited to have that debt gone. And then I need to finish doing the negotiations with Chase, and yeah, I'm just excited to start wiping this debt clear, you know. But so anyways, since I'm in a non-pay status, it didn't matter that my $400 check bounced from the IRS, so my parents loaned me $1,700 for this month to help cover financial. So, yay! Now I don't have to stress about not having money, because my parents are willing to help me out. And now I feel better, even though I don't like owing. I do not like owing. Like, that feeling of feeling like you owe somebody, because I just feel bad, you know? But, I mean, obviously, they were happy to do it, but I didn't ask for the money, like, as keeping, but more like, can you help me out and I'll pay you back with the sale of the home, or when my business, like, whatever it is that I do career-wise picks back up and I can pay you. And then my dad's like, yeah, we'll do it, like, without interest for you. I was like, sweet, thank you, that's awesome. So I did tell the universe, if I'm supposed to open a credit card, the next credit card ad to me that I get, I will take that as a sign to sign up for that credit card. But I kind of feel like, am I supposed to sign up for a credit card? Am I not supposed to? Like, maybe the universe really doesn't give a shit which one I sign up for, but, like, if I'm gonna do the whole apartment thing, like, don't you have to have credit? But then it's like, it'll all just magically work out, right? So, who knows, because maybe I'm not doing an apartment. But maybe my credit score does not matter at all. But, so, I guess I should do that, universe. Like, which way should we do it, Danielle? Which way should I do it? Should I do it as, like, the 3 synchronicities, send me 3 signs for the credit card to show me that I should sign up for a credit card, and then on the 4th one, I will sign up for that credit card, because that seems to be our jam, universe, is, like, with the dating site, like, send me, like, show me 3 dating site ads, and then the 4th one I sign up for, which I did. So I was recognizing that the universe was always showing me that I always have money for exactly everything that I want, and showing me what I don't want. I don't want debt with the IRS, but that doesn't matter because I'm in a non-pay status. I don't want to pay my mortgage, which is fine because I'm selling the house, and I don't want to pay my kid's teacher, and I've already acknowledged that. I don't want them still going there. I don't like her, but Callie's starting Desert Marigold next month, like in a month, she'll be there. So now universe, just send me, like, help guide me with where I should be transferring Hobbs to, because it's like I want him out of the school where he's at. There was this whole message from the teacher on Friday. Oh my god, girl, there's so much stuff that I have not caught you up on. I feel like I've been talking for, like, over an hour. I'm pretty sure I've been talking for over an hour. His teacher sent me something that basically, it was cleanup time, and Anaya, the teacher's daughter, tried to give him a job to do to clean up, and he didn't want to clean up, and he threw, like, a block or something with sharp edges on it at her head. And I'm like, oh, I mean, okay. So then she said they had this whole talk about blah, 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 what you can do, what you can't do, blah, 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 and that she just wanted to let us know so that we're all on the same page, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so you're basically just telling me that my 2-year-old's having normal 2-year-old behavior? Is that it? Like, okay, cool, thanks. And maybe that's all it is, and maybe I'm reading too much into it. But I also was kind of like, okay, maybe you shouldn't be telling him to clean up. But, you know, here's one thing that I've noticed that is something for sure, is not all of us, but I'm just going to generalize here for the purpose of this story. We as adults want our children to pick up after themselves. They're children. Most of them. Not all of them. Some of them do. Most of them don't want to fucking clean up after themselves. They're kids. They want to go fucking play and have fun and live their life. They don't want to fucking spend their time cleaning up. Like, eat, sleep, poop, play, repeat. Did I just name everything? I feel like that's all kids want to do. Eat, sleep, poop, play, repeat. Right? Like, they just want to live their lives and have fun. So, we as adults tell them to clean up, right? So Anaya tells him a job to do. Of course he threw a block at your head. He doesn't want to fucking clean up. He's like, you want to clean up? Go fucking clean it up yourself. And that's honestly where I'm at with what we should be doing. If we want it cleaned up, then we should be the ones fucking cleaning it up. I am trying something here, because we look at cleaning up as a bad thing, right? Like, I gotta clean up, I gotta straighten up, I gotta organize. Some people love it, right? So not everybody looks at it that way. So I'm trying to reverse my thinking and start saying, like, yay, I get to go put this away. Like, not totally fake like that, but, you know, I am faking it until I feel it. Like, oh, sweet Hubs, can I please go put your bottle in the fridge for you? Like, I'm the one that wants it in the fridge, not him. He could care less if his bottle gets put in the fridge. Now, next time when he wants milk, he might be a little upset because his milk, you know, is sour from sitting out on the table because he didn't put it in the fridge. But he doesn't care. He just bring it up to me and be like, Mommy, I want milk. And expect me to go take care of it and get him fresh milk. So, I'm like, in reality, if you wanted him to clean up, okay, so just start cleaning up and just start doing it with them and show them how much fun it is. And then wait for them to join in. Because kids love to help out. Kids absolutely love to do stuff. Like Callie will get so excited to, like, go get something and bring it, like, to me. Or, you know, she'll be like, Mommy, do you want chocolate? I'll go get you chocolate from the fridge. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm good right now. Like, I don't really want, you know, a piece of chocolate, but thank you so much, sweetie. And she goes, okay, but next time you want chocolate, can you let me know so I can go get it? Yes, absolutely. Where then I'm, like, a little bit later, even though I really, like, didn't totally want, but I was like, yeah, I could go for some chocolate. I was like, Callie, can I have the chocolate now, please? And she's like, yeah! And she got so excited to go get it for me. And it's like, if we just, like, went through and just, like, did cleanup, like, if we're not having fun with it, of course they don't want to fucking do it, because they're not going to have fun with it. But maybe if we do it together and, like, show that it's fun, like, sing a song or put on some music or do something and make it fun for us, then they'd be more likely to join in and help out and clean up as well and learn from us. But yeah, definitely not on the same page as the teacher, so just waiting for that sign about where to take him to. Okay, now I really do think I'm done rambling, and this is going to be probably one of the longest videos that I've ever uploaded to YouTube, but it's going up there, and it's already 10:22, I love it, our number. But I kind of want to watch another episode of Manifest, because I only got to watch the first one. And I feel like this is going to be a show like with the OA. So there's 2 seasons right now. Let's hope that they continue the show going. I hope it continues to be amazing. And I hope it doesn't get canceled like the OA, how they canceled it after the 2nd season. Oh my god, it's so good. Maybe that's why this show is made, is like, I wonder if it's made by the same people, because that would be really cool if they were like, fine, Netflix, you're going to cancel the OA? Fine, we'll make this show. Bam, because this is where we were going to go with it with, I don't know. But anyways, it's really cool because I feel like it's going to be my life. It is my life. And I'm super excited for this show to teach me about my life. Because I watched the OA, and then it took me for all that stuff to happen to look back and be like, holy shit, that was all in the OA. Like, all of it. Like the Angel Gathering, the NDE, the dreams. I know there's more. But those were a lot of the synchronicities. So now it's almost like I'm recognizing it as I watch it, that this is going to be my life. That this is my life. Okay. I love you. Thank you for letting me ramble. I know you love it. Thank you. It's going to make you go, like, way over your Marco Polo time, so I have a feeling you're going to have to either split this one up between multiple days or go over your limit of Marco Polo if you're still doing that. And then I get to watch your videos, which hopefully I'll get to do that tomorrow. I'm still not caught up on texts. I still have quite a few to catch up on. Oh, and there was, like, Facebook messages because of all the stuff that was out, and yeah. Okay, I'm going to send you a picture of that really quick, and then I'm going to go inside. I love you.